Every predator on the planet has, over the generations, ventured across the globe in search of prey and ultimately conquered every landscape on Earth. They roam the frozen plains, the dense jungles, the sweltering deserts, and the wide open savannas. So what's their secret?
This, everybody, is Xena. Can anyone tell me what Xena is? She's Someone said Serval over there. Can we have a round of applause for whoever that was? That is great work. Some Serval fans in. That's what I like to see. Xena here is a Serval. Now, Xena is a fantastic predator, and there's a few things on her body that let us know that. First and foremost, if you take a look at the markings that she's got down her back, they let us know that Xena here is brilliantly camouflaged. Now, what she's got is a combination of spots and stripes, which means she blends in perfectly with the dark areas in between the grass that she hunts between when she's on the move in the savannas of Africa. And of course, the hair in between those markings is that lovely yellowy colour that we associate with the often quite dry grass of the savannah. Now, we're going to bring Xena here a little bit closer to you in the audience area. We do just ask that everybody stands back from the fence just a little bit for me, so we can get Xena that little bit closer to you. Now, as she's stalking along, you'll also notice Xena here is blessed with forward-facing eyes. Now, that's really important for a predator like her, because that means that Xena here can judge distance very effectively. And for a predator, that's important because they have around them what we call a kill zone. That means there's an area around them that they know with a burst of energy they have a really, really good chance of making a clean kill. Now, that's different for every single animal, but judging distance is an important part of knowing exactly how that's set up. Now, if we take a look at Xena as well, you'll notice she's got really, really long ears, hasn't she? Now, those long ears mean that she's got a brilliant sense of hearing. Not only is she great at hearing noises that come in the undergrowth, she's also really good at listening down into the ground. One of the things that Xena really likes hunting is something called a naked mole rat. Now, we've actually got those in ZSL London Zoo today. If you're interested, they're in the moonlight world. They're really cool subterranean species. They actually never come up to the surface. And what these guys will do is listen out into the ground. They'll pick up on the rustling sounds that they make in the undergrowth, and then they'll grab them. They'll break through that top layer of the soil. Now, Xena today is deciding to have a little bit of a wander rather than come and play. Are you going to come over today, Xena? She's having a little bit of a think about it. Now, you'll also notice they've got really, really long legs, haven't they? Those lovely long legs are, in fact, in relation to body size, the longest of any member of the cat family. Now, by having really, really long legs, it means, of course, they're very, very quick and also very, very good at jumping. In fact, these guys have been known in the wild to jump at heights of up to 12 feet in the air, literally snatching prey out of the skies, birds, things like that. They can also run very, very fast indeed, but I don't want you to just take my word for it. What I'm going to do is get my colleague to bring round our special stunt rabbit for me, and then we're going to see if we can get Xena, who's a little bit distracted today, to come and do a little bit of hunting down on the lawn. Okay, if Angel comes round, we've got a special rabbit that hopefully Xena will be interested in chasing.
I'm coming. Where are you?
Excellent. Okay, just round this side of the lawn, and we'll see if we can get Xena to do a little bit more running. Now, in the wild, they've been known to get up speeds of up to 50 miles an hour. Really, really impressive. In fact, there's only 20 miles an hour less than the cheetah, which is the fastest land mammal around. Let's see if we can get her going. What she wants to do today is sit around in the sun, a little bit like me.
Run, Rob, run! Nearly. So she's absolutely incredible there. Sorry everyone about our mics. They're just kind of going a bit haywire today, but we appreciate your patience. But we got the lure out, because before we would normally make that lure kind of look very similar to the animals that she would hunt in the wild. She uses that incredible speed in order to approach them and sneak up on them and then chase them as well. And she does do reach those speeds of about 50 miles an hour, although that is quite slow for her. She can definitely go a lot faster than that and give us a run for our money. So she's absolutely a super species because she's got those incredible ears. She's got 21 muscles in those ears, as well as being able to see 6 times better than you and I can. So just to give you a little bit of a perspective on that, because she has 21 muscles, we only have the 4. That's how incredible her hearing is. Well, she's actually incredibly intelligent. We're going to meet another species that's also incredibly intelligent. You hear them before you see them. They are absolutely magnificent, flying in huge flocks above the tree canopies in South America. And I've been told they have the intelligence of a 3-year-old. So here they come now. Shout it out if you know what they are. Parrots. Does anybody know what type of parrots they are? Macaws. Well done. What kind of macaws? Red ones. I like that. These are actually green-winged macaws, so not too far off, just the wrong color, but they're green-winged macaws. And you can tell by the wing tips, that gives it away what color these guys are, what kind of macaw these guys are. But this is Indian Anna, and they're very young. They're only about a year old, so just make sure that if they're coming in the audience area that you guys remain seated and try not to move too quickly, because they're still getting used to our demonstrations.
The first thing I hope you notice about these guys when they fly around is they're great big wings and long tails, brightly coloured tails. Now, they actually come at a little bit of a cost though, because they live in one of the most densely treed areas anywhere on the planet, South American rainforest. So, to fly through the midst of the trees would be very difficult indeed. What they prefer to do is to fly over the topmost canopy, like they're flying over the top of your head today. But sometimes they do need to move through the trees, because that's where most of the fruit and nuts that make up their wild diet are going to be found. So what they do when they choose to move amongst the trees is climb. And on their body, they've got 2 amazing adaptations for climbing. Is there anyone who can take a guess at what they might be? Shout out if you know. And gentlemen there. Their feet, very, very good. And the other thing they use? Their beak. Excellent, absolutely right. Their feet and their beak. We'll take a look at the feet quickly first. Most birds you see in ZSL London Zoo today, they have 3 toes pointing forward and 1 toe pointing backwards on the end of each foot. Well, that's right if you want to walk around on the ground. It's not too bad for perching up in a tree. But if you want to climb, a different design of foot is preferable. And these guys, like all 350 other species of parrot, from the tiny budgerigar all the way up to the huge hyacinth macaw, have 2 toes going forward and 2 toes going backwards. It's like you or I having 2 thumbs, and it gives them an absolutely incredible grip. Now, the other adaptation they like to use for climbing is, of course, that lovely hook-shaped beak. Now, that beak is so powerful, in fact, that they can do about a ton of crushing pressure inside that beak. So strong is it, in fact, they could take a child's finger off in one go. Now, this is the part of the display where I need a volunteer. Is there anyone who... No? Okay, what we're going to do instead, I'm going to get my colleague Angel here to get them to break into a very hard nut. Take a look at this.
Okay, so we've got Indy down on the stump there. He gets his hazelnut. And then Anna, I'm going to get nice and close. Oh, no, she's decided she wants to go to that stump. And she's got it in her beak, and she's got it in one bite. So you can see, absolutely incredible, that beak and that pressure there.
Now, you've seen how they use their beak to get into nuts. Let's have a look at the way that they use it to climb. I want you to look at the way they use the feet and the beak in combination. So firstly, feet strong enough to hang upside down, and then the beak acting a little bit like a 3rd foot to pull them back up. How cool is that? Now, you'll be wondering when they would do this in the wild. Well, this is exactly how they'd lower themselves from one horizontal branch down to the one underneath, so they can get down to the ground nice and quickly and feed any fallen fruit and nuts that might be there. Now, I hope you'll agree that Indian Anna